Hello, my name is Mike Smith, and today I'm going to be talking to you about learning. Now, we all know what learning can become a sense thing. It can come from the young, the middle-aged, to even the old. You'd be basically surprised. It's something that we have never came into contact with before. Let's take it this way. Let's take my phone for instance. I'm going to give this phone to some person on the streets who doesn't even know what a smartphone or a Sidekick or an iPhone is. So let's say, well, here's how you do it. First, you press a button on the very bottom left, and it turns it on. That seems pretty easy. But then here's the complicated part. Why is it telling me the time and absolutely nothing? I don't know what I'm looking for. I don't know what I'm understanding. Well, it's easy. All you have to do is scroll down, and then you have apps for YouTube or anything else. So now that I actually showed him what at least a Sidekick can do, he'd be like, oh, okay, well, now I'm slightly understanding. And then now he actually bought one, thank you, commerce, and now he is actually investigating onto his learning. He's enhancing his learning, basically, is what I'm trying to say. He's enhancing from what he just touched. And he's actually going to keep it he's going to keep increasing his learning. So now he'll actually start to understanding how to, if I can get this open, how to pry it open. And then start dissecting it in any way, if he really wants to. If his phone's broken, he can dissect it all as one. Now, I'm just going to talk about a little bit how it works from the past, and how it keeps going from the future to your day life. Now, let me start light. Let's see how I can start this off. I'm going to say, well, I want to use the baseball, but I don't really want to really go that far. Okay, I got an idea. I'm going to use my friend, for instance. Let's just say he has a hard time learning stuff. So, well, from what I see, he has a hard time with learning. He also has a hard time with reading and doing math at the same time. So, as a math professional, okay, maybe not even to that point, but I'm pretty good at math, and I would show him the basics, hands-on experience. Now, what's that going to do is actually it's going to click his brain, and he's actually going to start adventuring into the learning session. Now, sometimes it's actually harder for other people to actually learn some things. Now, for me, I have a learning disability, and it does kind of stop me and prevent me from actually learning new subjects. I have to take it really slow, or else I just don't understand it. And my classes go far ahead, but I'm still far behind. It's a nice big conflict. So slowly learning and understanding it actually enhances it into your brain. Now, little kids, we know, like, we're talking 4, 6, something like that, and they're still barely learning how to go to school. I mean, they go and they're like, yeah, day's over. I'm glad I'm home, now I can play games all day, yay. But they have to learn the basics of life. Why did they go to school for? Well, they go to school for education. They're not going to learn that fast. No, you have to just basically take it slow. That's why we have preschool, the kindergarten, first, second, third, fourth, etc., etc. So it helps build its education life pattern so it can understand what it's going to learn later on in the future. I'm going to use another example on how we intake learning, which I basically did, which is nice and slow, that way we actually understand it. But what makes us intake learning is a whole different subject. I'm going to say, I don't know how to tie a shoe. I know. And I'm 20. And I'm just gonna be like, I don't even know how to do whatever this thing is, and then we start doing little bunny ears. I don't know how to do it. Now, someone comes up to me and is actually showing me how to actually do it, and he does it nice and slow, and then this intake just throws it into my face, and now I'm like, okay, well, now I'm going to do a hands-on experience and slowly understand what I'm going to do. Hey, this is actually starting to work just a little bit, just a tiny bit. But I haven't mastered it yet. Of course, it's going to take some time. It's all part of the learning process. Learning process takes time to actually understand what you're doing. Like building a computer, it's going to take time. You're not going to do it right the first time, maybe not even the second time, but the third time you'll definitely do it. It's all of how we learn, and it's the stimuli that basically goes of what we're doing and throws it at our face, and we actually start learning it. It's just basically how learning works. It's just we find something that interests us. Let's say this piece of paper, and we investigate on it. And I'm just gonna say, well, piece of papers are made from hemp, and then I investigate it on the internet, and then I start learning, oh, so that's what paper basically is. Now I completely understand it. That's how basically learning works. We just have to open our mind so we can let the stimuli actually get into our brain so we can actually learn it. So there, I end for my conclusion of this VA, I would like to say learning, that the only way you're going to learn is you slowly do it, keep repeating it, understand it, and find out why we're doing this again, and then it actually will start clicking into your brains like, oh, now I get it, and oh, now I actually learn it, so now I actually know what I'm doing. And for that, I thank you all, and I hope you all have a great night or day or whatever this is. Thank you.